A+ലേക്കുള്ള വഴി ഇനി തനിയെ തുറക്കാം. Subscribe to the ENCLAPS channel. Ring the bell button and open success. It's that easy.
Hi everyone. Welcome to the beautiful world of biology. Here we can see the image of a beautiful girl. Look at her eyes. Are they so attractive? She is Sharbat Gula, an Afghani girl who appeared on the June 1985 cover of National Geographic. Every individual is unique in their physical appearance. Characters like color of the skin, height, hair, eye color make us different from others. How we get these characters? Yes, we may inherit certain features either from our mother or father. We may have certain features that are not in our parents. The transmission of features of parents to offspring is heredity. The features seen in offsprings that are different from their parents are called variations. The branch of science that deals with heredity and variations are called genetics. In this chapter, we are dealing with some of the basic concepts of genetics. First of all, we can look at the emergence of genetics. The inferences formulated by a scientist named Richard Johann Mendel based on hybridization experiments carried out in pea plants led to the foundation of genetics. Mendel is considered as the father of genetics. He was born in 1822 at Brunn, Austria, modern Czech Republic. He studied the inheritance of 7 pairs of contrasting traits in pea plants, scientifically known as Pisum sativum. He formulated the laws of inheritance by analyzing the inheritance of characters like height of plants, position of flowers, shape of seed, color of seed coat, color of cotyledon, color of fruit, and shape of fruit. Through his studies on inheritance, he explained that each character is controlled by a pair of factors, which he illustrated using symbols. In 1866, his findings were published, but they are failed to get due recognition. In 1884, he died. The significance of his findings was identified by research works conducted later. Gregor Mendel assumed that the inheritance of characteristics from parents to offspring is by certain factors transferred through gametes. It was discovered based on later studies that the factors are the genes present in the chromosomes of the nucleus. A gene that controls a character has different forms. They are called alleles. Generally, a gene has 2 alleles. For example, capital T and small t are the different alleles of the gene that control the character height. The allele capital T determines the trait tallness and the allele small t determines the trait dwarf. The allele that determines the dominant trait in the first generation is generally indicated by a capital letter, and the allele that determines the recessive trait is indicated by a small letter. The inferences made by Mendel led to the foundation of genetics. Now, we can go through the hybridization experiment conducted based on 2 contrasting traits of the character height in the pea plant. Symbol X denotes hybridization. Now, what were the characters of the plants taken for this experiment? One is tall and the other is dwarf. So, we understood that this experiment considers the 2 contrasting traits of the character height. Capital T denotes the factors responsible for tallness and small t denotes the factors responsible for dwarf. Only a single factor from a pair of allele gets incorporated into a gamete during gamete formation. We have already mentioned that the different forms of a gene are called an allele. Now, let us have a look at the illustration. The arrow symbol denotes the formation of gametes and the gametes are encircled. When the seeds formed during this hybridization experiment is germinated, we will get the F1 generation or the first generation. Could we point out the peculiarities of the pea plants in F1 generation? Yes, all are tall, even if they have the factors responsible for tall and dwarf. The capital letter denotes the allele responsible for the characters of the F1 generation and the small letter denotes the allele for the characters that remains hidden in the F1 generation. When plants that differ in a pair of contrasting traits are hybridized, only one trait is expressed. At the same time, the other remains hidden in the offspring of the first generation. The expressed trait is called the dominant trait and the hidden trait is called the recessive trait. The fact that no intermediate plants were formed by the hybridization of tall and dwarf plants and the factor responsible for dwarf remaining hidden, persuaded Mendel to continue with his experiments. And we will have to discuss it later.
3 ലക്ഷത്തിലേറെ വരുന്ന ചോദ്യോത്തരങ്ങൾ ഏറ്റവും കുറഞ്ഞ ചിലവിൽ സ്വന്തമാക്കുവാൻ ഉടൻ തന്നെ ഡൗൺലോഡ് ചെയ്യൂ എൻക്ലാപ്സ് ദ ലേണിംഗ് ആപ്പ്.